Glassford for Smart Athlete, and we're here. I wanted to share 3 drills today that are going to help you become a better cyclist. So these are 3 things that I find if we practice at pretty much most levels, we can make some improvements. You know, there's always different variations on these we can do. We can always make them fancier as we get into, more skilled riders. But to start off with, these are drills that help new riders even become much more comfortable on their bikes. So we're gonna work on an outrigger. So we're gonna unclip if we have clipless pedals, or just take a foot off if we have flat pedals, and just work on cornering or even just riding with that 1 foot out, so that we can get used to putting a foot out and just dabbing. Dabbing's okay and unclipping is great. What we want to avoid is falling with that outstretched arm. So sometimes getting used to unclipping and clipping back in and unclipping and clipping back in is what we actually need to do. And for serious riders, that actually can be a really performance enhancing thing, because it can help us sort of keep going and avoid catastrophe where we have to get, right off our bike, or we crash completely, slide out, whatever. So we have the outrigger. The other one we're going to work on is ratcheting. So ratcheting, we're going to slow things down. We're going to try and almost pause the bike and then catch the chain and move ourselves forward. So the key is that you're not hearing a clunk or a clicking of that drivetrain. We want to, as the speed comes down, sort of catapult ourselves forward, or even do a bit of a pause and a rollback for the more advanced riders. All right, so ratcheting, so little tiny pedal strokes, just moving ourselves along. If you can find a nice sort of uphill, gradual uphill, grassy field, that works great. It works fine on flat. And eventually, for our 3rd drill, the bump and run. So this is a little bit more advanced, but you're gonna approach something, and then you're gonna slow, just like you did in the ratchet, but you're gonna slow just before something like a picnic table bench or a tree, and you're gonna tap it or bump it, and then you're gonna come back a tiny bit and roll away. So that's the bump and run. It's one I learned at one of my very first coaching courses many years ago, and it's one I stick with all the time and play with. It's a great one to use on group rides and stuff when people are slow, so you sort of like stop and then go, or change directions. So bump and run, just a slow speed skill where you get used to stopping and not falling over, but also add some style if you're looking for it.